Trey Harris, Christian life coach, Propelling Life, Christian life coaching company, and I am also the senior pastor of the New Life Christian Fellowship Center, Texas, located at 5103 South Fort Hood Street in the great city of Killeen in the state of Texas. Hey, I know it's late. It's been a long day for most of us. It's been a long day for me, man. I just got home myself probably about 40 minutes ago, but the Lord dropped into my spirit that I just needed to give a quick word on tonight. And I do mean that it's going to be quick. Don't have a whole lot to say or do, but the Lord gave me something to drop here for everyone, for you to have. And I pray that you would take it and put it to work for you and, just use it. Yeah, it's always good to use wisdom when wisdom come to us. And a lot of times we uh, don't always think everything is wise, and that's fine. But people that speak from experiences are wise people, are good people to listen to that bring forth a lot of wisdom. Are all experiences wisdom? Yeah, because it tells you what you should and what you should not do, how to do it, and how not to do it next time if it failed the first time. But I want to leave you and let you know this that you're not going, if you're not trying, then you're not going to fail. If you don't fail, then you haven't tried it. Tried. But I want to just invite your attention real quick to one simple verse. I want to deal with you out of Ecclesiastics chapter 7, verse 8. And that scripture is very simple, it's very plain, very direct. It deals with something that we do daily. Uh, we do it daily. We do it in our lives. It's a part of who we are. It's something that we cannot avoid, and it's something that we are going to always do every day of our life. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 talks about the word reads and it says finishing is better than starting. Patience is better than pride. Now, this is what I like because we all start something, but we don't always finish what we started. Whether it's a business, whether it's a job, whether it's your Christian walk, whether it's a relationship that you don't stay in long enough to see it flourish. Ecclesiastes, the writer in Solomon says, it's not always how you start, is what he's saying. If I want to read it backwards, but it's how you finish. Sometimes we start something and we never finish it. Being a pastor for 15 years and being in the Christian faith, my whole life, I've seen a lot of people start, but they never finish. They start a career, never finish. Start an education process, never finish. Start manager's training, never finish. Start a relationship, never stick around long enough to see how it's going to manifest. Start a workout plan, never stick around long enough to see what the results are going to be. We start, but we don't look at how it's going to finish. I'm a high school basketball coach. Just got picked up by one of the larger high schools here, and one thing I learned is that dealing with student athletes, they never think about what the finish has to be or what it's going to be. They focus on starting, and they never look at the things that are going to take place from start to finish. Many of us as adults, we enter into things and we never think about what's going to be in between the start and the finish. From start to finish, what's going to happen? From start to finish, what am I going to have to face? From start to finish, what is it going to require of me? From start to finish, how many times am I going to fail? From start to finish, how long will it be before I succeed? From start to finish, how many people are going to give up on me? From start to finish, how many people are going to believe in me? From start to finish, there are a lot of things that are going to happen along the way. It's like a number line where you have the negative on one side and the positive on the other side. And it's a lot to go from 0 over to the positive 20 or to the negative 20. It's a lot of numbers you're going to go through. At the end of the day, we have to realize that starting something is just the beginning of your faith walk and your trust in what God has promised to bring you through. I know it gets challenging sometimes. People get on your nerve. It's just true. That's what it is. People get on your nerve. People are always going to attack, assassinate you. People are always they're not always going to agree. But how are you going to finish? And I'm talking to myself now because, and a lot of you need to understand this, that we need to realize how we're going to finish what we start. Just like you're committed to the start, are you committed to the finish? Are you committed to the start of a friendship, just like you are to the finish of the friendship? Are you committed to the hard work to maintain? We want nice things. We'll start the process. We'll get just enough to get it, but we don't maintain it. We want to move freely. We want to enjoy the beautiful things, but are we willing to work to the end? And the reason why a lot of times, why many of us don't stay to the end is because pride sets in. Notice Ecclesiastes 7:8 says, finishing is better than starting, and patience is better than pride. We can't get past the pride because we don't have the patience. I say that again. We can't get past the pride because we don't have the patience. Pride is something that will cause you to enter into a serious sense or serious state of depression, suppression, and oppression, because you're too prideful to acknowledge and accept the fact that I missed the mark, or you're too prideful to realize that, hey man, I didn't meet the quota this time, but this time I'm going to work harder. As an educator, I teach this, and I often tell those that I teach, and I'm a Christian educator and a secular educator, and I tell people, it's never about how fast you start, but it's how strong you finish. And in between the start and the finish, there's a word that starts with a P, and we start with an R, and it's called resiliency. Think about it. Between the start and the finish, there's an R in between the two, which is resiliency or being resilient. You cannot make it to the finish if you're not resilient enough to start and to stay the course. Now, here's the flip side of this, and I got to go. Tell you I wasn't going to be long. I just got home. But I had to drop this on tonight because I'm talking to myself right now. There are some things that hit me in my life oftentimes, and I just say, you know what? I started this, but I don't think I want to finish this. That's not the answer, because when you have kids and you have grandkids and you have people that look up to you and people that follow you, what kind of example are you giving when you started and don't finish it? Talk to you about your Christian walk. What does it look like when you're starting to lead and you don't finish what you started? What does it look like that when you start the commitment, but you can't stay committed? What does it look like when you need to move from point A to point B and you need help and you don't ask because pride has set in, or you're not willing to stay the course to finish strong because you're lacking patience? What do you do? Patience, patience, my friend, patience goes with finishing. You have to have patience if you're going to finish. You can't rush to build a house. You can't rush to build a relationship. You can't rush to be as mature as we all are seeking to become in Christ. You can't rush. It's a process. I talked to someone today, and they said to me, they work in the same profession that I work in, and they said, "Well, I'm under construction." You're under construction, but that still don't give you the right to not assemble yourself with the right material so that you can become complete. It's because there was no patience, because you allowed for your pride to set in. You miss out on a lot of the material that is needed, or the things to completely assemble you in your walk or in your journey, or on the things that you are seeking to do in your life. I'm going to close, and I'm going to say this to you. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verses 8 and 9 gives me a real good understanding, and it should give you a real good understanding of what I'm trying to say here, because it's a message that comes about with a word of wisdom. It talks about starting and finishing. It talks about not being prideful, but being patient. And verse 9 talks about learning to control your temper. Because when you cannot control your temper, people will label you as a fool. She's crazy. He's crazy. Look at them. What are they doing? Temper control will start. Lack of temper control, let me say for a better word, lack of temper control will really cause you to miss the mark on your patience, because someone will get the best of you. Something will distract you. Something won't go right in the middle of the process. And as soon as it doesn't go right, your temper. And I'm gonna say this to you: only you control your temper. No one else can control your temper, make you fly off the handle, cause you to become irate, make you say and do things that you know that are not of your character. Nobody can make you say and do anything. You are in control of your mouth, and you are in control of your actions, which is your behavior, which means that if we learn to control our temper, people can no longer label us as being foolish. 3 things as I close tonight. Wasn't a preach. It's a word of encouragement. It's a word to let you know that whatever it is that you are seeking to do, don't just start it, finish it. Don't just finish it to say I've done it, but finish it and give it your best. Swallow your pride and have some patience. Stop rushing to get through because you don't want to be the last one to get through. Sometimes the latter is going to be better than what has come before, because you get a chance to see the mistakes that others have made and what they're doing. So now you're not rushing, and you're having patience to be able to perfect where they fell short at and where they went wrong at. For those of us that work every day and deal with people, or in my profession, I deal with people all day, every day. I deal with adults. I deal with kids. Secondary kids is who I deal with. But I deal with them all in different settings. Then I deal with adults in a secular setting and in a Christian setting. At the end of the day, I have to be the same in both settings. My verbiage can't change. My mindset can't change. Nothing I say or do can vary from setting to setting. I'm human. You're human. But you need to remember that what's important is how you finish what you have started. Share this with your kids. As I say, I'm a high school basketball coach as well. And I'm stressing this to my kids, to my athletes, and telling them, you got to finish better than what you started. You're going to have to be patient and eat your pride sometime to understand you may not be the best in this season at what's going forth. Talk to us in ministry. This is one of our greatest challenges, is that all of us in ministry are not willing to wait for our opportunity to come because we're too prideful and we don't want to see someone else elevate before us. Don't let your pride override your patience. Don't let your starting point be greater than your finishing point. It's good to have a good starting point, but it's great to have a great finishing point. Have a temper. Keep it in control. I didn't say you couldn't be emotional. I said keep your temper under control. Watch your mouth. Watch your hands. Watch your eyes. Watch your body language. Watch the company that you keep. Watch the conversations that you have. Because it's those things that can trigger a temper, and it could really highlight who you are, how you are, and what you are. How, where, and what you are. Where you are in your life and your walk and your happiness with yourself. A lot of times our tempers and our attitudes really illustrate where we are in being happy with ourselves. A lot of times we're angry because we don't know how to be happy. A lot of times we're angry because we want somebody else to feel the hurt that we're feeling. If you take nothing else tonight, as I prepare to leave you, and by the way, see the QR code up there. Go ahead and scan it. Take a scan for it. Hey, scan it, download the app, however, whatever you want to do with it. But I do want to encourage you that if you are in need of spiritual covering, you need a pastor to pastor you, and you may be a young minister, a young pastor starting out, looking for someone to coach you, pastor you, to lead you, guide you, consider me. You may be in a family that's a blended family. Consider me. You may be struggling with an addiction. You may have started recovery, but you can't finish it. Consider propelling life. Consider new life. Wherever you may be in your life and what you may be going through, and you may need that assistance and someone to help you, consider me. I spoke to a coworker today. Very simple. Simple conversation. Hey, how you doing? Well, not how the job is doing, but how are you doing? And that coworker went on to tell me that they're struggling with balancing this job and their family. And I actually gave that coworker some very good tips at how they should handle things to get it done, to create that balance, because you got to remember, God gave you a family, and that is a family that you're still that you owe your time. Give God his time, give family their time, health and finances, this job, but you can't always take work home with you. I've gotten better this year by leaving my laptop on the job. I don't bring it home every day because I just can't bring it home. You can't always bring work home with you, but you can always bring peace home with you. How are you going to start your day tomorrow? And how are you going to finish your day tomorrow? Are you going to leave home happy and come back frustrated? Are you going to start your day saying, I'm patient, but then you let pride set in and your patience is out of the window? Are you going to let your temper just fly out of control, lose control of your temper, and let people see the real side of what you don't want them to see? Encourage your kids. Control it. Encourage your kids. Plan to start. but have a plan to finish greater. Work at patience. A lot of us don't have patience. Work at patience, because patience will help ensure that the sin and the spirit of pride does not rise up in your life. Hey, that's it. The old coach is out. Senior pastor, I'm out. I'll come again when the Lord says, drop another feed. They're not scheduled. They're not scripted. They're coming to you just as they were given them to me. I say unto you on tonight, you don't have a place to worship? Consider us. Scan the code. Contact me. Scan the code. Sow into this. If this has been a blessing to you, sow into it. You're in need of any type of pastoral help, counseling, leadership. I'm beginning to work with pastors now around Texas, and I'm open. That's what I do. I have a master's degree in pastoral ministry, a bachelor's degree in religion. I'm currently in my doctoral studies now in theology and apologetics. This is what I do. I teach Christian education and I teach secular education. What works for you, this may work for you. You need that covering. You need that support. You need that coaching, family, career, ministry, school, relationship, whatever it may be. Look us up. That's PROPELLIING. That's 3 I's, 2 L's. Life, propellinglife.com. And you can also reach me at nlcfc.org. God bless you. God keep you. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And let's grow together and let's finish strong. Finish stronger today. Finish stronger tomorrow than what you finished today. Start better tomorrow than what you started today. And remember, be patient so pride don't set in, and always control your temper. God bless you.